morning and welcome to a rainy day in the van and me living my van life and what I do on a rainy day as a digital nomad. Now, this is going to be probably a little bit different to some other rainy day videos that you've seen on van life out there. I want to show you what I do to actually be productive on these days, because when it's raining, it means I don't spend as much time outside and at the beach. So I'm actually going to give you an insight into some planning that I'm doing. I did have the intention to film a vlog outside and showing all of these amazing places around where I am right now on the Gold Coast and putting that together. However, there's what I'm starting to open up the channel to is more digital nomad topics, and I'm going to show you what I've been planning over the last little while, and I'll also show you how I create that content and my goals in terms of doing that in a very simple, cheap, easy, affordable way that anybody can do anywhere, no matter where you are right now, and you don't even need any special equipment with that either. Woke up this morning to some leaks up here. So this section here is where you actually bolt in the, I guess it's the notch or the place where the door catches into the actual van itself. In these little holes was leaking this morning. Now you probably wouldn't be able to see if I pointed the camera up there, but basically on the roof there is a reversing camera, and it didn't come stock with the, like as a factory extra. It came, you know, they must have got that fitted like just before I bought the van. And whoever installed it hasn't actually, I could see through here earlier today, and I'll show you how I've patched it up for now in a second. But the person who installed it basically didn't put any silica or anything around where the wires actually go. Normally it probably wouldn't matter as much, because like that section dripping down onto the van, if you're a tradie, you're probably not going to worry too much because there's a very minimal amount of water typically that will get in. But because my bed is here, when it drips down directly onto the bed and onto the sheets. Waking up this morning to a wet bed was fun. But yeah, let me just jump up and I'll show you how I fixed it. So as you can see, it's a pretty shitty job actually. Well, they've tried to put silica in there when they were installing it, but it's all fallen apart now. It's actually a really poor job. So again, this was something I didn't really think to check, but I've just put some blue tack around there for now just to seal it up until I have time to go to the store to get some silica. But basically what that means is I'm probably going to have to pull that out, silica all underneath it so water's not getting in the roof, because if I leave that as is, then it's going to start to rust. I also noticed that there's a lot of dirt and stuff up there, which is another thing that causes rust if that's not cleared out of the crevices and the places where it can get stuck. So I've got a little bit of work ahead of me, and yeah, I guess that's just one of the things that happen when it rains. After it hasn't been raining for so long, these little things seem to pop up. So yeah, should be fun. I've been out for a surf this morning. To give you a quick overview, one of the benefits of having a shower, which I never shower in, but it's a wet room, is that even though it's raining outside, I can have my wet stuff in there. So I've just got a t-shirt that I wore, so it protects my skin on my stomach when I'm out on the surfboard. And the surfboard in there, I didn't even really have to dry it that much, but that'll sit in that wet room over for until it's sunny essentially, and I can get it out and dry it. Or I did the same thing yesterday when it was raining yesterday and put the shirt back on this morning, and it was a little bit wet. However, you're going straight in the water anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm in the beach car park right now. Let me see if you can see. So there's the beach out there. And I'm actually going to move to somewhere where there's less people, a little bit quieter, maybe under a bridge, so that if it does pour down rain, I don't have to shut the doors. That's one thing, is if it's raining and you're not somewhere where you can leave the doors open, it gets really stuffy inside, and unless you've got really good vents. I've got one vent, but it's just not enough some days, especially when it's summer. So somewhere that I can keep the door open would be super cool. So let's go. So now I'm going to set up, and then I'll give you a bit of insight into what I'm actually planning for the rest of the day, living life in a van as a digital nomad when it's raining. Okay, I'm coming. I got a little bit distracted. I decided since the rain stopped, I've got to do a little bit of shaving. So give me a couple of minutes and I'll be straight with you.
I'm just shaving.
Hey, okay, I'm ready. Step into my office, have a look over my shoulder as I share a little bit about what I'm actually doing on today's rainy day. So working as a digital nomad, there's literally a million things that I could be doing today, but I've set aside, so today is actually Tuesday, and I've set aside Tuesdays to be my content creation day. So that means going out, doing some filming, starting to prepare some content that I want to create. And my biggest focuses for this year, or my biggest focus in terms of content, is putting together a really effective YouTube channel on two subjects, and that is on van life and becoming a digital nomad. Now, the biggest thing to understand about starting a YouTube channel is that it takes time, right? And for most of us out there, most of us are not going to get a million views from our first few videos. It's going to take time. It might take many weeks or maybe months or years for you to get traction. But you just got to understand that that's part of the journey. Now, there are some people who seem to fly under the radar and really become sort of an overnight success on YouTube. Generally, if you're a really good looking girl, then you can make that work much quicker. It's just the nature of who we are. It's not a judgment. It's just simply pointing out the facts. The other time that you can tend to do really well is if you have a really unique lifestyle or a really charismatic character and someone that's really entertaining and funny and things like that, you can get some traction really fast. Whereas most of us, and especially me, I'm definitely not any of those things. So I need to be a little bit more thoughtful about my plan in terms of creating and posting content. Now, up until now, so I've had this channel going for 6 months. Up until now, I've sort of been posting haphazardly. I've been posting sort of what feels good to me. I've been posting more vlog style videos, which tend to not rank very quickly. So this year I'm being a little bit more intentional about the types of videos that I post. So now I've planned my channel into 3 different videos per week. If I don't start with 3 videos per week, if I'm only doing 2 and then once I'm on top of things I add 3, I'm going to be happy with that. But here's the plan eventually to get to this eventually in 2020. So I'm going to have van life Sundays, so van life secret Sundays, which will be doing how-to videos. We'll be doing vlog videos, and we'll be doing lessons and experiences learned from living in a van. Then I've got in here a lead magnet. So the biggest thing that most people fail at when all the biggest YouTube stars is that they don't build an email list. When you build an email list, you can turn your followers into customers much quicker, which means you can make more revenue, which means you can reinvest that revenue back into your business and make a much bigger impact. So eventually I'm putting together a van life summit. So this is going to bring together all of the influencers that you know on van life, and I'm going to interview them, put them together on this free online summit for you. So that's going to be super exciting, but that's a lead magnet to think about for me down the track. Something that I'm working on more closely is Digital Nomad. So that would be one which I'll get into in a second. I'm also going to be posting Digital Nomad secrets on Tuesdays. So that's all about starting an online digital nomad business, running a digital business from a van, and clips from interviews that I do with all of the biggest experts from around the world. That lead magnet would be the Digital Nomad Sessions experts book into the Digital Nomad Sessions funnel, which is an online summit, and then it'll be a product after that. And then eventually I want to get to Lifestyle Inspiration Thursdays. So the reason why I want to do that is because I just absolutely love creating videos like that. So they're just going to be short clips, maybe a minute to 5 minutes long, where it's just simply me doing a narration of something that I write about that is inspiring, that gets people to think differently, that gets people to take action on working towards living a life that they do desire and living life on their own terms. So I plan to create lifestyle inspiration around escaping the rat race, around flow and alignment, and around freedom. These are all topics that I'm really passionate about, and I would see that make a really big difference in people's lives. And then another product that I've got coming up, which I'll create a lead magnet for, is Lifestyle Entrepreneurs Secrets. So interviewing all of the biggest lifestyle entrepreneurs all around the world as well, and then putting that together into a product. So that's basically the planning that took place just yesterday or just a couple of days ago. So that gives me then a structure to then think about, okay, what subtopics do I want to talk about within those particular topics? And what I've now done is I've gone through and started researching all of the YouTube channels. I've been really fortunate to work for, and learn from a lot of the biggest business influencers and experts in the world. And one common thing that I've noticed through all of them is that they all research thoroughly what everyone else in their industry is doing, but also outside of their industry. So they're constantly looking for world's best practice, let's say. And they want to know how they can take what's working for other people, how can they make it their own, so that they can continue to to innovate and grow their audience as well through what's actually going to help them grow. So I've been researching all of the different channels on what headlines and what topics are actually working for people, and I've started accumulating them into this spreadsheet here. So I can come into this spreadsheet and I can say, okay, I know a lot on should you become a digital nomad. Now, becoming a digital nomad is definitely not for everyone. So I can then take that topic and then I can build out my own opinion and my own structure about what I want to say on that video. And then I can put that out. I can maybe change the title a little bit and put that up onto YouTube as well, and see if I can start getting that to rank alongside some of the other big ones that are getting some traction in that space. So that's really the plan for me this year. And by being a little bit more intentional about this strategy, it then allows me to get traction faster, essentially. So there you have it. That's what I'm doing today on this rainy day in my van. Now, there's literally a million things that I could have been doing, and that's just one example. And if you are interested in living the digital nomad life, then I've got a link down below where you can get access to a webpage called Digital Nomad Sessions. So I've been really intentional about bringing together all of the best business coaches and digital nomads and bringing them together into this one place where you can start to learn how you can also live this lifestyle. So I'd encourage you to go check that out. You too can learn how to become a digital nomad. Don't worry, it's completely free. It's my gift to you. I wanted to just share this lifestyle with people out there. It's so rewarding being able to literally go from one part of the city to the other this afternoon, just because I'm going to this amazing restaurant in just a little bit later, where it's literally the best vegetarian food on the entire planet. And on Tuesdays, they actually do all you can eat. And it's literally my favorite place. I'm going there today. This is the type of lifestyle that's available to anyone. And it's all about making a decision and making a choice that you actually want to go after it. Most people aren't willing to take the time to learn something new because their life is already comfortable enough. Yet when that desire is strong enough to make a massive change, that's when the universe just seems to open up and helps you get exactly what you desire. But you're not going to get that by sitting there and watching YouTube videos all day. So go and check that out and start learning today. So much food. I was going to have a little lie down and think about what I just did to myself, having 3 plates of food in my belly. Man, it was so good though. But basically, that's pretty much today. A so-called rainy day on the Gold Coast. It's definitely stopped raining ever since I decided to record this video. However, it's probably more of a day of a life as a digital nomad. Now, not all days are like this. Some days I spend less time in front of the computer. Other days I spend way more time in front of the computer, and that probably happens more often than not. But it gives you a good idea about what digital nomad lifestyle is all about and the real side of it. And you can make a decision if you want to live it as well. I guess for me, like, it's super rewarding, right? Getting to live my own schedule, go anywhere that I want, go for a surf in the morning for as long as I want. Can't really beat it. So I'm going to wrap up today's vlog right here. I'm going to film one more content piece, and it's going to be around journaling. So and a very little known technique around journaling as well. It's something that I've never really seen anyone talk about. You've got your typical journals that people talk about, but I'm going to give you a different alternative that may work better for you. It definitely works better for me. You can probably just check that out on my channel somewhere if it's not already been launched. It will be coming very soon. But thanks for coming around for the day, and if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do. If you want to learn more about van life and more about how to become a digital nomad so you can sustain living in a van or traveling the world or wherever you decide to go with your direction. So thanks so much for joining me. I'll speak to you then. Bye-bye.